Now, what we're seeing so far has been a lot of election spending from Labor. I mean, one of the big policies that I think really secured the youth vote for Labor was their pledge to pay 20% off everyone's HECS debt. I mean, that's an extraordinary $16 billion. That's effectively buying the youth vote. But how irresponsible do you think that is from a policy, from a financial perspective?
Well, it's actually a reverse Robin Hood policy. It's taking money from people dependent on welfare and taxpayers and giving it to highly educated, high-income people with HECS debt. So a Labor government introduced HECS to make higher education sustainable and to prevent working Australians from paying the university fees of affluent Australians. This Albanese government has done the exact opposite. It's a big transfer of wealth from the poor and working Australians to affluent Australians.
Such a smart point. And, it shows you just how effective that policy was, because it was one of the first things Albanese mentioned when he held his post-election press conference. He said this was his first order of business. Now, David, talk to me about the next RBA board meeting. We're going to see a new composition of the board. How do you think this could affect the outcome when it comes to interest rate decisions?
To be honest, Sharri, I don't think the new composition of the board will make any difference. Monetary policy decisions in Australia are made by two people, and in my view, two people only. Michelle Bullock, with advice from her economic department on the one hand, and Stephen Kennedy, the Treasury Secretary, on the other hand. That's why we had the cameras in the room for the February board meeting, which I might add, cut interest rates before the case was made, as you know, Sharri, and I think this was critical to the election result. Every single time Jim Chalmers opened his mouth during the election campaign, he could say at the end of a sentence about his economic management, and interest rates are starting to fall. So I wouldn't underestimate that. The new board is just window dressing. We don't have an independent central bank making monetary policy decisions. We've got a captive central bank. To give you an example, the fiscal irresponsibility of the Albanese government is putting Australia's public finances at risk. This idea that we have a AAA credit rating is farcical.
Well, that's going to be a big story if that comes off. Yeah.
I don't think we have a AAA credit rating because that AAA rating, Sharri, is based on the official budget forecasts, which are pure fiction. An independent central bank governor... Go on.
No, I was just going to say we're already on notice, of course, that we might lose that AAA credit rating because of the off-budget hidden spending and, the $100 billion or so in structural built-in spending that's not temporary. But you're completely right, David Pearl, as always, so many intelligent points. And I tell you what, if there's one story I want to get to the bottom of, it's whether that interest rate cut was politicised. I'm not going to give up on that. David Pearl, appreciate your time.